Today I'm going to be demonstrating an accessory for a dashcam. It's a battery pack called the Cellink B, and it's been provided free of charge by these people here just for the purpose of me doing this demonstration to you. Now this is quite a niche product, so when you look inside the box there's loads of wires in here, so it looks a little bit daunting as well. So let me take things down to the basics to start with. A typical dashcam works like this. You plug the power adapter into your car accessory socket. When you start your car engine, the power is supplied to the accessory socket, which then turns on the dashcam, which automatically starts recording. And then when you park up and turn your car engine off, the power gets disconnected from the accessory socket and the dashcam stops recording. Okay, that's all well and good, but what if you wanted to record what was going on whilst your engine was turned off, whilst the vehicle was parked, for example? Well, you might have a vehicle that's got a continuous power to the accessory socket, and if you have, then the dashcam wouldn't have stopped recording when you turn the engine off. It would just keep recording continuously. However, if you don't have a continuously powered accessory socket, you could always put in something like this. This is a Hardwire Kit, goes into your fuse box and powers the dash camera continuously if you put it on to the right fuse in the fuse box. But then again, you might be concerned that continuously powering your dashcam would eventually run down your car battery. Now I don't know how likely that is to happen, but I suppose it depends on how much you drive your vehicle, how long you leave the dashcam running whilst your vehicle's parked up. So if you were concerned about that, you could get one of these things instead. This is a PowerMagic Pro. There's other models available. This is a Hardwire Kit, but what this does, it monitors the battery in the vehicle. And if the battery in the vehicle is getting too low, it'll stop supplying power to the dashcam, therefore preventing your car battery from going flat. The thing I'm showing you today gives you another option. It's a battery which goes between your car power supply and the dashcam, charges up a lot quicker than the battery in your vehicle, and can power a dashcam for a long time after just a short amount of driving. Let's just have a look at the top line here. If you drive for 15 minutes, that'll charge the battery up enough to power a single dashcam for 7 hours. Now this page is split in two. At the top it tells you how long the battery takes to charge if you plug it in your accessory or lighter socket. The bottom half tells you how long it takes if you hardwire it into your vehicle, and you can see there, if it's hardwired, you drive for 15 minutes, you actually get 10 hours worth of battery life out of it. On this page you can see some headline specs such as the capacity of the battery, the fact it's got thermal protection and built-in safety mechanisms, and the battery itself comes from Samsung. And then on this page there's even more specs. If you want to read those, I suggest you press pause now. Now once you get everything out of the box, you can see there's loads of wires in here, but don't worry, you don't have to use them all. It's just giving you a few different installation options. Now I've got to say the manual that comes with this doesn't make much sense. I've mentioned this to the distributors and they're going to try and get that redone. This is a Korean product. The translation in the manual wasn't particularly good. Right, let's go through the other things inside the box and I'll show you how it all fits together. So of course you've got the main battery unit, then you've got some sticky back velcro that you can put on that to hold it to your vehicle. You've got this wire which plugs into your car accessory socket, which charges the battery up, and then you've got this wire that plugs into the battery and gives you a new accessory socket. So in its most basic form, that's the setup you need there. You've got an input and an output and a battery attached to them. But you could always attach it to your fuse box if you want, and there's wires to do that. The wires that you get are the fuse taps which go into the fuse box with the fuses for those, two different sizes. Then we've got this wire which attaches to that and attaches to the battery, so you can have it that way as well. So that's your second option with a power outlet via a 12-volt power supply again. And then finally we've got this wire here. This is a bit of a specialist type of setup. Not many people will be able to take advantage of this, but that plugs into the battery and then gives you these three wires coming out of it: red, yellow and black. 12 volt from the car accessory socket, 12 volt from the battery, and ground. Now if you've got a dash cam with those inputs, the red, yellow and black wires like this one here, what that means is that dash cam can tell when you're driving because the power is coming from the normal accessory socket, and when you're parked because the power comes from the battery, and it automatically switches into parking mode without you having to press any buttons. Now if you're wondering what this wire on the right is for, well, we're not going to be using it, but that's to attach it to a further additional battery, so you can double up your battery power. In effect, it's an accessory for this accessory, but we don't have one of those. What I am going to show you is how it works with the basic setup like this. So we've got a 12 volt in and a 12 volt out attached to it. So you can see we've got a fully charged battery here, so we'll demonstrate what would happen if you turned off your car engine by disconnecting the input to the battery. The battery now is supplying the power to the dash cam. There's been no interruption in power. You can see the light is on there, so that adapter is converting the 12 volt output to the 5 volt that's going into the dash cam, which is recording. So that's it in a nutshell. That's the simple way that it works, but by using it that way through the accessory socket means I can only use it with a 5 amp charge. If I want to charge it in the 7 amp mode, I've got to hardwire it into the fuse box in my vehicle. But by doing that, I get those quicker charge times. So I might as well do it because I've never used a Hardwire kit before. And I think it's a good thing to demonstrate in a video. So get the appropriate wire out and put that on there. We've got 2 wires coming out of this. We've got a ground lead and then a wire that says accessory. Now in your vehicle you need to find a switched 12 volt supply, so in my case my accessory socket is switched. By that I mean it goes off when I turn the vehicle off. So looking down the list of fuses, I can find that my accessory socket is labelled as a power socket, is fuse number 21. So that's the fuse I'm going to use. So you can see the label next to the fuses at the top, the second blue one along. Just remove that with a pair of pliers. Right, so I've got this wire here now. What I need to do is crimp that to the fuse tap. Now the fuse tap, there's 2 different sizes. Pick the right one for your vehicle. My vehicle uses a smaller of the 2. You put the wire into the end of that part there, and then you crimp those 2 things together. I don't have a proper crimping tool, but a pair of pliers should do the job. Right, so those things are held together now. Now I need to get the blue fuse that I took out of the vehicle, put that into one of the positions in the fuse tap, and then I've taped it together as well to stop the whole thing falling apart, because I wasn't too sure on my crimping skills. Next you need to get the yellow fuse that came inside the box and put that into the other socket on the fuse tap. So we've got the blue fuse and the yellow fuse both in the fuse tap, and then that goes back into the socket where the original fuse came from. Now the second wire, the one that said ground, that wire you put into a ground point in your vehicle. I've got this one at the back here with all these brown wires going into it. I just unscrewed that and put it into there. And then the battery itself, just hide that away somewhere in the vehicle. I've just got it here temporarily, but then you hide all the wires away, of course, to make it all look nice and neat afterwards. Now you don't have to do it this way. This is just the second way. Remember, there's that very simple way, just using it through the accessory socket in your vehicle, but I just wanted to demonstrate both options to you. Right, so once you've got it set up, the idea is, of course, it enables you to record continuously on your dash cam, whether you're driving or whether you're parked up. Now you might not want hours and hours of overnight footage of your vehicle when it's in the garage, so perhaps you've got a dash cam with a motion activation mode, and then it'll only record when things are moving in front of your vehicle, as long as you put it into that mode, of course. So there you go, that's the Cellink B. Hopefully I've explained this one clearly enough so that you can determine whether or not this is a product for you. Now if you think it is, the price at the time I'm putting this video together, as you can see there, £169. That's quite a fair chunk of change. But just a word of warning, don't think that you're getting a bargain by getting one for £119. No, that's just the accessory battery, that's not the main thing. So just watch out if you're buying one of these. Most people that use dash cams are happy with them just recording whilst they're driving. They're not interested in recording whilst the vehicle's parked. But those people that are, they tend to use a Hardwire kit combined with some sort of battery management system to stop the car battery going flat. The Cellink B gives a third option. For the people that don't want to hardwire something into their vehicle, they can use this in its basic setup, plug it into their normal accessory socket, but get all the benefits of a hardwired camera. And if they want, you can hardwire this in as well, and then you get even faster charging time. Now I know it's a bit of a niche thing, not many people will want one of these, but if you're one of the people that thinks this is suitable for you, then I've got some links to purchase these in the video description. But that's it for the moment. As always, thanks for watching.